Okay, so if you're watching this, probably you already know how to do this. We're going to cover some very, very basics on figure eight off leash. Okay, if you've watched the heel off leash and the figure eight on leash, which I'll include in both of your playlists, or both in your playlist rather, then you know how to do this. So we're just going to cover the basics of the challenges of off leash for figure eight. So we start just as a normal figure eight. We have Lene in the middle, equidistant from the posts as she is from the judge, or as the judge is from the posts rather. And then the judge is going to say, your dog, you can go in either direction. Sorry, the judge is going to say, this is a figure eight exercise. You may go in either direction. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
She looked at her dog, she said yes ma'am or yes sir, depending on which is appropriate, and then the judge will say forward. And she's going to go to the left. Even though the judge said you may go in either direction, it's really important, in particular for off leash, to go to the left first to get your dog under control. She went to her left. It's going to be on the screen as your right, but halt. So she made sure to give that extra couple of steps. That's really important for off-leash healing, to stop. So her dog knew she was stopping, right? Forward. And she's not using her leash hardly at all. She's not correcting. She's trying to use her, well, okay, she's correcting a little bit. But she's mainly using her voice, right? She slows down just a little bit on this side when the dog is outside. She speeds up just a little bit on the side where the dog is on the inside. But not enough to be noticeable, right? It's just enough to make sure your dog doesn't lag or forge, depending on what you're doing. And there are people who say you shouldn't slow down or speed up at all. That's also a very valid method. Your dog should be going at your speed, right? So you should talk to them. So either way, as long as it's not perceptible, that's really what you're going for. And so I'm letting Lene go around and around. Halt. Again, she did that 1-2 stop that we teach. And now she needs to get her dog in a nice straight sit. Go ahead and correct your dog.
Sit.
Exercise finished.
Just for the, let me do one more time.
Okay, all right. Forward.
Heel. Macy, heel. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Macy, Macy, Macy.
So she's going, see how Macy's going a little wide there? Halt. There we go. Exercise finished.
Technically, I should have, when the judge said, put your dog in, or get your dog to sit, I should have just said, Maisie, sit, without doing the correction. I did both. Don't do that.
Yes. And then exercise finished. Take 2 steps. Praise your dog. And that is the figure eight off leash.